I ruptured my Achilles tendon, so much so that I'm going to need surgery. Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Shanique, I'm a food photographer. Usually here I share simple recipes on bringing nourishing and balanced meals together. But I've had a development and I thought, why not share this and bring everybody along the journey? Furthermore, I thought what I'm going to share might be useful for others who are going through a similar situation, particularly for you if you are over the age of 40. Because a lot of the videos I saw were of 30-year-olds, and I just wanted to give some perspective for you if you are someone over the age of 40. That said, what am I talking about? Well, I ruptured my Achilles tendon. 3 weeks ago, I went to play volleyball at the gym, pick up on a Friday night. I went to high five somebody, literally just took a step with my right foot and felt the left heel as if somebody spiked a ball into it. I was doing no spiking, no jumping, no lunging, none of that. So I was not doing the most. This type of injury tends to happen in what they call recreational athletes or weekend athletes, people who do that, like pick up volleyball on a Friday night. That said, it could have happened at any other time for me because I am an active 45-year-old. I've been active most of my adult life, having played competitive sports for much of my 20s and into my early 30s. And then, injury, life change, I kind of moved away from competitive sport into just being a recreational active person. And by active, I mean I go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. I run occasionally. I hike quite a bit. I have a dog, so I'm always outside. And I just like the independence and the freedom that comes from exercising and moving my body. So this has put quite the nail in the wheel. That's what I can think of. Puncture in the tire. Why it might have happened? To be honest, I think I didn't warm up adequately. No, I am very big on warm up. Past injuries have taught me the importance of warming up the body, so getting the core temperature up, doing mobility exercises prior to rigorous movement, and then movement prep. So whatever movement I'm doing at the gym, for example, or set of movements I'm going to do, I tend to do warm-up sets after that to prime my body for the load or the intensity. That's what I typically do. Going to the gym that night, I did the warm-up, I did the mobility. I don't think I did enough explosive warm-up prior to stepping on the court. I wasn't doing any jumping, no significant lunging. I wasn't diving for any balls or anything. I literally just stayed in the backcourt and kept moving in and on and off the court to allow other people who were going to do all of that in front court, because I just didn't want to put my body through the after effects of doing all of that jumping and possibly injuring myself. And even with that precaution, I still ended up with this rupture. So that's what may have caused it. Now, what happened afterwards? I said that felt like somebody spiked a ball into the heel, but when I turned around, there was nobody behind me. In fact, the wall is what I looked at. It hurt, I will say that. And I went down on the floor a bit, and then I was helped off of the court and went to sit on the bench. But the thing that made me concerned was the fact that my foot felt dead. Like it just like Jamaicans who said drop foot. It felt dead, and I was like, oh my god. I could move my toes, but I couldn't push off on the foot, and that was concerning for me. But at the same time, I was like, all right, let me see how it goes. So I packed up, went home. Luckily this was my left foot, I could drive with my right. Went home, dragged my foot up the stairs, decided to ice it, and then I was going to elevate it, and I thought about going to urgent care. When I checked, most of them were closed, and I honestly didn't want to go to the emergency room. That said, don't do that. If you experience this where your foot is dead and you can't move it, go to the emergency room. I, however, decided not to, and instead I would go to urgent care in the morning, the following morning. Went in the morning and they confirmed that it was an Achilles tendon rupture. the extent to which they didn't know because they didn't have imaging. They did give me crutches, and then they put me in this, I think it's a post-op shoe. I was then referred to an orthopedic clinic, but I went with somebody in my network, insurance network, and I was able to see them the Monday. So my injury happened the Friday night. I went to urgent care the Saturday morning, and then Monday I got in, not Monday, Tuesday I got in because I called them on Monday. I got in to see the ortho. They did an x-ray, and then they did the Thompson test where they squeezed the calf muscle, and if the foot responded reflexively, then it was a negative. The calf and the tendon are attached, and if the foot didn't respond, then it means positive. There was no reflex, so I failed that test, so it was positive for me. I will put some links in below on, you can go do your research on what the Achilles tendon rupture is, what it looks like, how it feels, and all of that. But let me just give you my layman understanding of it. Now, what the Achilles tendon is, it is the tendon that a fibrous strip of tissue that connects your calf muscle to your heel. And when that ruptures, that means that tendon either detaches completely and you have a full complete tear, or you have a where it is stretched beyond a certain point, creating separation between the what they call insertion points. And then you have some people that have a small tear, what they call a partial tear. And so imagine stretching a tight piece of band, and you have little rips that occur in it. So the tendon stretches, and then it's not able to do the job of pointing your toes or making sure you can push off of your heel. So mine was a significant enough tear. The MRI, which I will discuss in the next video, confirmed it, and so the decision was to put me in a boot, which is this, and also insert a heel lift. This boot also has a compression mechanism in there, so I didn't have to wear compression socks, which I love, the fact that I could just pump it and it provides compression. And the suggestion was to wait on the MRI result before making a decision on what the course of action would be. That said, he did discuss the possibility of it needing surgery, but also shared that there are also non-surgical options to handle an Achilles tendon rupture. So, part one of me sharing the fact that I ruptured my Achilles tendon, and I'm going to take you along for this journey. Thank you for tuning in, and come back to catch part two, where I'm going to share the imaging results and the pre-op conversation that I had with the surgeon. Thanks for tuning in.